Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Three Questions with Commercial Integrator. Today I am very lucky to be joined by Josh Litwack of Snap AV. Josh, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, happy to be here. Always good to talk with the integration people.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're focusing a lot on AV over IP recently with our deep dive. So right off the bat, what are some of the biggest challenges that you are hearing from the market for people doing AV over IP for the first time?
I mean, I think if you talk to a lot of people who are deep into the engineering aspects of AV over IP, the list of potential challenges, technically and engineering wise, is endless. There's considerations about bandwidth and compression formats and this, that, and the other. But I think when you speak with the people who are actually doing these projects, who are doing the integration, who are setting up these systems at clients' locations, typically what we hear is there's really two big considerations. One is how complex is it to set up, configure on the network, and what's the impact of the AV over IP video streams on the network performance? That's one. I think two is, how easy is this product to sell and integrate and control for the end client? Does it require a very expensive control system on the top of it? Is it hard to manage? Is it hard to access remotely? And basically deploy in the way that the client needs in a simple and effective way that doesn't blow their budget out of the water.
Yeah, and how does the binary MoIP system, how's that unique in facing those challenges that you brought up?
So binary MoIP, it's media over IP. That's our name for the product. So there's two things that we did. I mean, when you look at the challenges that are involved with AV over IP in general, it's really just a question about compromises. Like how concerned are you about top level picture quality? How concerned are you about issues about bandwidth utilization on the network? How are you going to manage it? How hard is it to set up? The choices we made with binary, the MoIP system, really revolve around simplicity of deployment, ease of setup, and minimal impact on the network performance while still maintaining top level picture quality that's possible. So binary MoIP is part of our Oversee Cloud platform, which is our cloud-based free product management platform for integrators to manage their client systems. Through Oversee, you can set up the binary system by connecting it to the network. You can go into Oversee, it'll auto-discover all of the endpoints. It's really if you're using our Arachnus network hardware, it's a 7-click setup process, start to finish. So it's very simple to install. You don't need any high level of network expertise or layer 3 switches. It'll work with any standard layer 2 switch. If you use our switches, obviously it's an easier setup. But even if you're not using Arachnus networks, typically all you would need is a standard layer 2 switch with IGMP snooping turned on and whatever associated configurations are involved with that. So the setup and configuration is super simple. The second part of it is we're using a compression technology, JPEG 2000, which is certainly not unique in the industry, but we felt gives us the best compromise of high-level picture quality of true 4K while still maintaining a relatively lightweight footprint on the network bandwidth. So you can deploy this both on discrete networks, if you need to do that, or if you have existing client networks, you can deploy a binary MoIP system without fear of it massively impacting the performance of the client's network.
Yeah, so certainly very helpful for integrators, and I know Snap AV is very dedicated to the channel. One thing that you guys have is your dealer portal. What advantages does the Snap AV dealer portal bring that dealers can leverage in solving AV over IP challenges?
Well, we like to make our partner experience be very similar to the products we make. So just like binary MoIP, we really try to make the installation easy, simple, efficient, and very straightforward. Our Snap AV partner portal is exactly the same way. It gives everybody who's a Snap AV partner access to real-time stock status, real-time pricing, very, very detailed levels of product knowledge, engineering specifications, technical drawings, drivers, and things like that on all of our product pages. Every single product we sell is on our website, along with a host of supporting documentation and technical information to make their both not just the installation and ordering of the product easy, but bidding, speccing, designing, presenting the product to the client as easy as possible. Our entire goal at Snap AV is to save our partners time and money a big part of that is making the procurement, design, and engineering process very simple, straightforward, and as fast as possible.
Well, good to hear. If anyone in our audience wants to learn more about the dealer portal, binary MoIP, or any of the great products that Snap AV has, how can they find out more about you guys? How can they reach out?
Hey, snapav.com is the place to go. Always has been, always will be. You can find info about all of our products. If you're not already a partner, we'd love to talk to you. You can sign up for a dealer application there. You can learn about our great partner programs, all kinds of cool benefits about being a Snap partner, and all the great brands that we're selling.
I certainly encourage everyone to at least check out Snap AV and see what they're all about. Josh Litwack, Snap AV, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.